here, so I wouldn't be out today, but I got to make a trip into Vermont to a doctor's VA. Miss an appointment, it takes you forever to try to get another one. I have to go in 3 or 4 times a year for diabetes medications. So I hope my roads aren't slippery. Don't look too bad. I think I'll go down this way. That hill might be slippery coming down through there. Yeah, it's about 8:13. I don't have to be there until 10, but I always leave early just in case. You never know. Blows and blows and snow to the wind. Spinning. Here we go. It's about 100 miles round trip to the doctor's appointment. My ex-wife came up the other day with a package of tomatoes. She said, "Here, start these for me." I said, "What's your husband doing?" Then I said, "Never mind." Oh well. She usually always buys her food and stuff, but she sees me raising all these vegetables and says, as expensive as everything costs, maybe I could do that. Thing is, I'll probably end up doing half the work. That's alright. I still got to start some peppers here, so I'll just add them with the tomatoes and do them over once. Easy solution. Easy peasy, as they say. Most of them buildings all down through here have been condemned. Even the bank went out of business because we're in the floodplains. We're supposed to move our town clerk's office. They just built that not too many years ago, and now they got to build another one because it's set in a flood zone. Another thing they're moving is our town library. They got over $1 million to move it over to the ball field. They were moving on the 26th of April. At 3 o'clock in the morning, I think I'll get up and go down and get some photographs of that. That should be interesting when I get my ass out of bed. There's that old store. I used to own all that years ago, and I sold that, my store, to these people. I think it was in the year 2000. I only paid $100,000 for my store back in the early 70s. I ended up selling it for $487,000. I sold all the inventory off before I sold it. I also owned the house across the road, and I sold them that as well. I had an apartment building in here. I had 3 apartments in it. I was a busy young man, I'll tell you that. That, law enforcement, everything else. Kind of a full life. Dollar General, that's where we have to go get some food down there, because else we have to go to Morrisville. They don't have meat there. Need a quickie, you can get it in there, like a loaf of bread and a few frozen things. 10 minutes trying to warm it up. Then I figured out finally I had the air conditioner on. I said, "You dumb shit. No wonder you're not getting warm." I turned the heat button to the cold setting instead of the hot settings. That wasn't very smart. Oh well. Just took me a little longer, that's all. I think now it's 5.6, which ain't too bad. It was up around 12 back when I weighed about 300 pounds. And then I decided it was going to kill me if I didn't do something about it. I lost over 70 pounds and it seemed to help out a lot. I'd like to lose about 30 more. One day at a time. But I still eat what I want. I just don't eat a lot of it. Instead of 2 creamies, I have 1. Apples every day. Apples kind of fill you up, and they're basically water anyway. You got to eat them before they get too sweet, though. The longer they set, the more sugar's in them. It's like a banana's the same way. If you let a banana overripen, you're eating pure sugar. You're better off to eat them up where they're a little bit green and a little bit yellow. That way you can get your potassium. If I don't get it from the banana, I'll get it from my potato that I eat. Okay, time to put around me bouty. There's the pretty silo over there. Okay, go right ahead. I'm in no hurry. I got all day. No, I don't. I got till 10. And that's my appointment. I got all day. $3.19 for gasoline at the mobile station. I can remember when I paid 26 cents a gallon. Now, that wasn't yesterday. It might have been a few years ago. Yep, put 26 cents into that motorcycle that I had, and it run my butt around quite a bit of miles. Of course, then too, we were paying 15 to 20 cents for a haircut. Price to 25 cents on the haircut, and I jumped up and down and says that's highway robbery. I've cut my own hair for years. years. Don't really care what it looks like as long as it's off my head. Got my face shaven finally. As soon as I see green a little bit, I shave it off and wait till fall and then grow it back again. I like a beard in the winter because when you go outside, your face don't freeze as quick. Nice old brick buildings. They've been there a long time. They used to sell brick down in Essex Junction, so a lot of people built their houses out of brick. After a while, they kind of fade, and they lose that redness look, get a pale look to them. They do paint them, but I don't think it stays on the brick very long. Cambridge Village. Used to be a double covered bridge across this here. When they built this one, they moved the double covered bridge to the Shelburne Museum in Shelburne. It's still there today. Weren't too many double bridges that took two cars. Most of them were just single up here. But there is some double ones still in use today. Culligan. Water. Never heard of you. I don't know why people buy that water. You just get it out of the tap. It tastes just as good. It don't cost me half as much as what they pay for them plastic bottles. Of course, if I lived probably in New York City or someplace, I'd probably change my mind. They're drawing that water out of that river down there. I imagine it probably don't taste very darn good. Like this farm over here on the right. Been there a lot of years. They sell maple syrup there, and they have weddings there. They got their own winery. On the right here is all the wine plants. Knows. went down the second week of April. They've been having a fairly good year, from what I'm hearing. I don't know if you watched that video of Rick LaHoyer's sugar house there that I visited last week. He's done pretty well with his. Above freezing now anyway. It's up to 37. It was in the 20s, teens last night. At least my robins are back. They're hanging out. Bet you they don't like the snow either. Starting their nest pretty soon. They always come back to the same nest every year. Now what are you people doing? Looks like something going on down here. I can see some flashing lights. Don't know what it means. Utility work. Putting in some of that fiber optics cable. A lot of people up here didn't have internet, and they come up with the money to put in this high-speed internet. Fiber net, they call it. Road. Oh, they're trimming the trees. Tree trimmers. Well, I'll be.